2024, a Waymo robotaxi completed over 1 million fully autonomous miles in San Francisco without a safety driver. No human in the vehicle ready to take over, just the car, the road, and the AI. In that same year, there were 40,000 road fatalities in the United States, almost all caused by human drivers.
So statistically, the AI is already safer?
On measured metrics, in the domains it's been deployed, yes. Which makes the question of why we don't all have autonomous cars yet a fascinating study in technology, regulation, public trust, and what happens when a single fatal failure makes the evening news. Episode 17, Automotive. I'm Oliver.
I'm Olga, and I have to say, this is the episode I'm most personally excited about, because my car is already smarter than I am. Anastasia and Sophia take it from here.
Cars are the most complex consumer product most people will ever buy. A modern vehicle has over 100 million lines of software code, more than a Boeing 787. They travel at speeds where errors are fatal. They operate in environments of infinite complexity. Every road, every intersection, every pedestrian, every weather condition is different. Getting AI right in automotive is not a UX problem or an efficiency problem. It is a life and death engineering challenge. The industry has known this for decades, which is why the progression to full autonomy has been slower than the breathless 2015 predictions of fully self-driving cars by 2020. But it's also why the progress that has been made is so significant, because every percentage point of reliability improvement in automotive AI is measured in human lives.
SAE defines 6 levels of driving automation, 0 to 5. 0, fully manual. 5, fully autonomous in all conditions. The industry has spent 30 years moving up that ladder. Level 1 and 2, driver assistance and partial automation, are now standard. Your adaptive cruise control, lane keeping assist, automatic emergency braking, all AI. Every car sold in the EU since 2022 must have automatic emergency braking as standard. Level 3, conditional automation, where the car drives itself in specific conditions and the driver can disengage, became commercially available with Mercedes-Benz's Drive Pilot in 2022, the first legally approved Level 3 system in the world. Level 4, high automation within a defined geographic area, no human required, is live with Waymo in San Francisco, Phoenix, and Austin, and with several Chinese systems in Beijing and Shanghai. Level 5, full autonomy everywhere, remains the horizon. It exists in limited demonstration. It does not exist as a deployable product. 3 major areas. 1. Autonomous and assisted driving. AI that controls the vehicle, from parking assistance to full self-driving. 2. Manufacturing and design. AI in production, quality control, generative design, and supply chain. 3. The in-car AI experience. The AI that manages the vehicle's systems, interacts with the driver, and connects the car to the rest of the digital world. Each of these is a significant AI story in its own right. Waymo is the benchmark for full autonomy. Their vehicles, operating in San Francisco, Phoenix, Austin, and Los Angeles, use a sensor array of cameras, LiDAR, and radar processed by neural networks that have been trained on over 20 million miles of real-world driving. As of 2025, they operate over 700 vehicles with no safety driver. Their safety data shows significantly fewer accidents per mile than the US average for human drivers. Tesla takes a fundamentally different approach. Instead of LiDAR, they rely on cameras and a vision-based AI called FSD, full self-driving. The advantage? Tesla has a fleet of over 600,000 FSD active vehicles, all feeding training data back to the model simultaneously. Every time a human driver intervenes to correct the AI, that intervention is recorded and used to improve the next version. The scale of that data flywheel is unmatched. Mercedes-Benz's Drive Pilot, the first Level 3 system with legal certification, is available on the Autobahn at speeds up to 60 kilometers per hour. The legal certification matters. In Germany, when Drive Pilot is active, Mercedes-Benz bears legal responsibility for the vehicle's behavior, not the driver. That is a genuinely historic shift in automotive liability.
Waymo and Tesla represent 2 completely different philosophies about how to get to autonomy. Explain that to me.
Waymo's philosophy is safety first, scale second. Build an extremely detailed understanding of a specific geography, using every sensor available, and only expand when you are extraordinarily confident in the new environment. Their vehicles have high-definition maps of every street they drive, updated continuously. They know where every traffic light is before they've ever driven that road. The result? Exceptional performance in their operational domains. The limitation? They can only operate in areas they've mapped in detail. Tesla's philosophy is scale first, capability second. Deploy to millions of vehicles immediately, collect real-world data at a scale no one else can match, and improve continuously through that data flywheel. Their system can drive roads it has never encountered because it generalizes from patterns rather than relying on pre-mapped environments. The result? Far broader geographic coverage. The limitation? Performance in unusual or unexpected situations has historically been less reliable, and several fatal accidents involving FSD have generated both legal cases and NHTSA investigations.
Two different answers to the same question. How do you build a system that works everywhere?
And the automotive industry has not yet reached consensus on which is right. The answer might be that both approaches converge on the same solution from different directions, and that we need both to get there. While autonomous driving gets the headlines, AI in automotive manufacturing is arguably delivering more immediate, measurable value. BMW's Munich factory uses AI computer vision to inspect every vehicle coming off the line, detecting paint defects, assembly errors, and dimensional variations invisible to human inspectors. Their AI quality system has reduced defect rates by over 30%. Generative design is producing vehicle components that no human engineer would design, optimized simultaneously for structural performance, weight, and manufacturability. BMW's use of generative design on the i8 produced a roof bracket 44% lighter than a conventionally designed equivalent, while meeting all load requirements. Across multiple components, that weight reduction directly improves range and performance in electric vehicles. Toyota's production AI, the Toyota Production System, enhanced with machine learning, manages real-time optimization of production scheduling, parts flow, and robot programming across their global network. Their ability to minimize changeover time and maximize line utilization has become a competitive advantage, measurable in billions of dollars.
The autonomous vehicle promise. More safety, less congestion, mobility for people who can't drive, versus the reality of what happens when an AI-driven car kills someone.
The statistics are actually more nuanced than the public perception. Autonomous vehicles in commercial deployment, Waymo specifically, have a demonstrably better safety record per mile than human drivers in comparable environments. The US averages approximately 1.3 deaths per 100 million vehicle miles. Waymo's safety reports show significantly lower rates in their commercial deployments, but here's the asymmetry that makes autonomous vehicle safety so contested. When a human driver causes a fatal accident, it is tragic and individually prosecuted. When an autonomous vehicle causes a fatal accident, it is a product liability event, a regulatory crisis, and a media story that shapes public perception of the entire technology. One Waymo incident generates more regulatory scrutiny than 10,000 human driver incidents. That asymmetry is not irrational. We hold technology to a higher standard than human error, but it does mean autonomous vehicles face a trust and regulatory challenge that is disproportionate to their actual safety record. The third area is the one most of us will interact with first: the AI already in your car and the AI coming in the next generation. Your car already uses AI for adaptive cruise control, lane keeping, automatic emergency braking, and, in more advanced versions, traffic sign recognition, parking assistance, and predictive gear shifting. These are level 1 and 2 systems, and they've been reducing accidents and fatalities measurably for a decade. The next generation is the AI cockpit. Natural language interfaces replacing physical controls. You tell the car what you want in plain English rather than pressing buttons. Mercedes' MBUX and BMW's Intelligent Personal Assistant are already there. Driver monitoring AI that watches your eyes, head position, and micro-expressions to detect drowsiness or distraction, and either alerts you or takes over. Predictive maintenance AI that monitors every system continuously and schedules your service appointment before you know you need one, based on actual component wear, not calendar intervals. And over-the-air updates. Your car now receives software improvements automatically, just like your phone. Tesla has updated vehicles' braking performance, range, and feature set remotely, meaning the car you bought may genuinely be better today than the day you drove it off the forecourt. 20 million miles. That's how far Waymo's autonomous vehicles have driven with no human in the vehicle ready to take over. On public roads, in real traffic, in rain, in night, in roadworks, in the controlled chaos of a San Francisco intersection. 20 million miles of evidence that AI can drive. The question is no longer whether the technology works, it's whether society is ready to let it. Automotive AI is the most safety-critical AI engineering challenge outside of aviation and medical devices. Every system must meet ASILD, the highest automotive safety integrity level requirements. Redundancy is not optional. Cameras must have backup cameras. Processors must have backup processors. Power systems must have backup power. The training data requirements are staggering. To achieve reliable performance in unusual edge cases, the pedestrian who runs a red light, the child chasing a ball into the road, the lorry that falls over on a motorway, you need either billions of real-world miles or enormously sophisticated simulated training environments. Both approaches are being pursued because neither alone is sufficient.
The risks in automotive AI, and they are not abstract.
3. Safety reliability in edge cases. Every autonomous system has a performance curve that looks excellent on average, but degrades in unusual conditions. The statistical argument, on average it's safer than humans, is real, but it doesn't help the family of the person who encountered the edge case. The ethical question of how much better than average is good enough to deploy is genuinely hard. Liability. When an AI-driven car causes an accident, who is responsible? The owner? The manufacturer? The software developer? The answer is still being worked out in courts, and it varies by jurisdiction. Mercedes-Benz accepting liability for Drive Pilot when it's active is the most significant step anyone has taken, but it only applies to Level 3, only in Germany, only under specific conditions. And cybersecurity. A car with 40-plus software-defined systems and a cellular connection is an attack surface. Remote access exploits on connected vehicles have been demonstrated in controlled environments. A real-world attack on a vehicle's steering or braking system at speed would be catastrophic.
How do you make automotive AI trustworthy?
3 things. Rigorous independent safety testing, not just manufacturer self-certification, but genuinely independent evaluation against standardized safety criteria before deployment. Clear liability frameworks. Every country needs the same answer Mercedes gave in Germany. When the autonomous system is active, the manufacturer bears liability. That clarity actually encourages better safety engineering because it focuses minds. And mandatory incident transparency. Every autonomous vehicle incident should be reported to a central safety authority, with data aggregated and publicly accessible. The equivalent of the Aviation Safety Reporting System, which has made commercial aviation the safest form of transport on Earth, should exist for autonomous vehicles.
Where does automotive AI go in the next decade?
3 directions. Vehicle to everything. Cars communicating in real time with traffic lights, other vehicles, road infrastructure, and pedestrians' devices, creating a coordinated traffic intelligence layer where individual vehicle AI is augmented by network intelligence. This is already being tested at scale in China and Singapore. Autonomous mobility as a service. The personal car giving way to autonomous fleet vehicles summoned on demand. The economically superior model for urban mobility once autonomous operation is reliable and affordable, and the model Waymo, Zoox, and others are already pursuing. And software-defined vehicles. Cars where every function, performance, safety systems, comfort, interface is defined in software and updatable. The physical car becomes a platform. The AI software is the product. This model, pioneered by Tesla, is now being adopted by every major manufacturer. The car you own will be meaningfully different in 5 years than the car you bought, because it will have been updated, improved, and extended entirely in software.
Automotive. 4 things?
1. Waymo has completed 20 million miles of fully autonomous driving with no safety driver. The technology demonstrably works. 2. AI in manufacturing is reducing defects 30% and generating components 44% lighter. The factory benefits are already here. 3. Your next car will be more software than steel. AI managing everything from fuel efficiency to your safety to your user interface. And 4. The catch that genuinely matters. One autonomous vehicle fatality generates more regulatory response than 10,000 human driver fatalities. Getting the liability and safety frameworks right is not optional. It's the prerequisite for the technology reaching its potential.
Next, AI in travel and hospitality, where the AI knows your holiday preferences better than your travel agent.
Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like the video, and leave a comment. I'm Oliver.
I'm Olga. See you in the next one.